Hi, my name is Jakia Bradley, and today we're going to be talking about the various aspects of urban ecology, like what it is and how it affects the world today.
Is how organisms interact with each other and with the environment in which they live. So urban ecology is how organisms interact with their environment in an urban setting.
In the late 1970s, a popular ecologist named Gene Peltz came out with a book. It was called The Renaturalized Human. In the late 1970s, a popular ecologist named Gene Peltz came out with a book. It was called The Renaturalized Human. The book turned a lot of heads and got a lot of other ecologists thinking. After that, the focus began to turn ecologists' interactions taking place in an urban environment. That's how urban ecology came about. And it's basically the scientific study of the relation of living organisms with each other and their surroundings in an urban environment. The study of urban ecology helps develop the management of healthy and biodiverse urban ecosystems. Urban ecology is similar to regular ecology in a lot of ways, except the study of urban ecology is important because more than 50% of people in the world live in urban areas. Urban ecology is studied by chemical and biochemical techniques like temperature recording, heat mapping, and remote sensing, and of course, long-term ecological research sites.
Aspects of urban ecology and population. Human alteration of Earth is substantial and growing. Between one-third and one-half of the land surface has been transformed by human action. The future of Earth's ecosystem is increasingly influenced by the pace and patterns of urbanization. Cities are both drivers of and driven by ecological processes within and beyond their boundaries. Urbanization changes the natural habitats and species composition. For instance, the hydraulical cycle modifies nutrient cycles and energy flow. Urban population will reach 60% by the year 2030, meaning 4.9 billion. Just over half of the world now lives in cities, but by 2050, over 70% of the world will be urban dwellers. 2050, over 14% of people in rich countries will live outside of cities, and 33% in poor countries. Urban development produces some of the greatest local extinction rates and frequently eliminates the large majority of native trees. Understanding how urban ecosystems function is integral to the mitigating negative effects on ecosystem services, the study about sustainable urban landscapes, and the conservation of indigenous vegetation. Urban development produces some of the greatest local extinction rates and frequently eliminates the large majority of native trees. Understanding how urban ecosystems function is integral to migrating their negative effects on ecosystem services, the study of the relationship between organisms and the environment. Interest has been growing about sustainable urban landscapes and the conservation of indigenous vegetation within urban environments. Quality in the urban environment will also lead to long-term social. Urban ecology is a new branch of urban studies that seeks to understand the natural systems of urban areas and the threats that face them. Urban ecologists study the trees, rivers, wildlife, and open spaces found in cities to understand the extent of those resources and the way they're affected by pollution, overdevelopment, and other pressures. The term is also applied to the sum of societal relations within nature and the restoration of non-human nature in cities.
New York City is considered the Big Apple. It's home for more than 8 million people and covers 305 square miles. The city is considered to be the financial powerhouse of the world and a mecca for the arts, technology, and cultural diversity. New York is also one of the greenest metropolitan areas in the country. Not only does it boast the highest levels of public transportation use, but its citizens consume less than half the energy of the national. Not only does it boast the highest levels of public transportation, but its citizens consume less than half the energy of the national per. Compared to San Francisco, where plastic bags are illegal and municipal composting is the norm, New York far outranks the ecological consciousness of California City, contributing almost 30% less per capita in the annual greenhouse gas emissions.
If you had learned about ecology several decades ago, you'd be going to, the rainforest in South America or some natural environment somewhere. No ecologist would have even dreamed of doing anything in the city. That's not where ecology happened.
All right, so me and my partner Brandy have talked to you guys about the various aspects of urban ecology, like what it is, the population, and how it affects the world. But we haven't really talked to you guys about how it affects Hampton University. Well, urban ecology is actually right here on this campus because the Emancipation Oak Tree. The DOT wants to get rid of the Emancipation Oak Tree that has been here since January of 1863 to expand Highway I-64. Getting rid of this historical nature site on campus and replacing it with an urban structure like the E-Way you see over there is a prime example of ecology evolving into urban
ecology, and we've learned in the last bunch of decades that that's just not right. That's not how it works. People are part of the environment. We are part of the ecosystem. Ecology does happen in urban areas. It's very important for the landscape, for us, for everyone involved.
So what do we learn? We learned that urban ecology is the scientific study of living organisms with each other and their surroundings in an urban environment, and it's the study of coevolution of human ecological systems. It's studied by biochemical techniques and heat mapping. Urban ecology is everywhere, and it's in an everyday setting. For an example, the Emancipation Oak Tree and how they want to remove it in order to extend I-64.
Why is it important? It is important because the human alteration of Earth is substantial and growing on an everyday basis. It helps people understand how regular ecosystems differ from urban ecosystems in several aspects, like in climate, soil, and population dynamics. Overall, the study of urban ecology is extremely important because, like studies show, over 60% of people in the world will live in urban environments, and as time goes on, eventually everyone will. And that's urban ecology for you guys.